Hello, this is the SpartanNerd and Kurt Thulu.
Hello.
And I have a special project. Today I'm reviewing my pet deck, my favorite deck. I've been working on this deck for 3 years at least. It's Liliana Tribal. And, this is my commander. Acceptable anywhere where a commander is played. She flips pretty easily. A creature that's not a token dies easily in this deck. She flips into this Planeswalker, which is similar to Liliana the Veil. And something about this deck, almost all the cards are foil, which is why this is the third time we are filming this, because it's hard to capture the foil shininess. Shiny. All right, so what cards go with Liliana? Of course, where we play cards at the Tangle Web, you can use other Planeswalkers as your commander. So Liliana Vess, I like the Therese Nielsen art from the dual decks. Here's Liliana the Veil, my Christmas present, actually. A foil Liliana the Veil. Liliana Death's Majesty. Incredible card. New foil for me, Liliana Dread Horde General.
Literally got it today
in the
post
mail.
office.
But I've been running this card since it was printed. I took out Liliana the Last Hope and put that in there. And she's in a different deck. Liliana of the Dark Realms. A terrific commander. She gets out those lands, and if you can get that emblem, which people don't see that much of a threat until you do it a couple times, you got all the ramp in the world you want. So, a couple of Planeswalker support cards. Settle the score is removal. Exile something, put 2 loyalty counters on target creature, Planeswalker you control. So that's...
Yes, put all the loyalty on your creatures.
Mm-hmm. That's great. The Chain Veil, getting to activate abilities twice is no joke. And now that you can have multiple commanders on the battlefield for the past two years, multiple Planeswalkers that are the same, then that just really made this deck a lot more powerful. Other commanders that are creatures, in case somewhere does not allow Planeswalkers. Erebos makes a terrific commander, and one of the themes of the deck is devotion, so that goes right along with Erebos. Plus, another theme is paying life to draw cards. He lets you do that too. And the newest commander type card is Crick, son of Yawgmoth. But I've only played him a couple times as a commander because he runs hot, I like to say.
And then you die.
Paying life for
too many things just kills you.
It eventually is dangerous. So he's still great, and if you have him out with the Bolas' Citadel, that's game over for everyone else. Other things going on in this deck. Let's see. I don't have too many creatures. This is more of a control deck. I'm able to generate zombies, but the creatures I do have, of course, Grey Merchant, because Grey Merchant is great, and the new reprint doesn't have as good of art.
It's still nice, though.
But it's still pretty nice. Josu, it took me a long time to figure out how to reliably get him kicked. But since I've figured out the Cabal coffers and stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute, it works pretty reliably. Crypt Breaker, tapping zombies to draw cards, pay a life. This happens, I bet you 5 out of 10 games I get that to work. Grave Titan produces zombies, and this is one of my favorite cards of all time. One of the early cards that I opened up when we started playing the game. I abuse Jareth's Messenger
like no other card,
and bring that thing back out of the graveyard, burning people.
Times.
It's great. It's like shock over and over and over. So let's see, mana base. I'm not going to show you all the foil swamps that I have, but I have 23 foil swamps. Here's Cabal Stronghold, which gets on my nerves because it's just not Cabal coffers.
But it's still better than most of his other lands.
Still pretty daggone good. Here is Cabal Coffers, the famous Cabal coffers.
Just got
the
the
number of
foil in
swamps that
today.
you have. You know, another thing that you do is you get the Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Well, but that only targets basic swamps, right?
Nope. It makes every land on the board.
No, Cabal coffers.
Yeah. The number of swamps you
no.
control. Where's my Urborg? Is it hiding in the basics?
No, Cabal. Okay, the other. Never mind.
Maybe you'll figure out what you were saying. Urborg is hiding somewhere. That's sad because I wanted to show it off. But you get that, and you get to make everything. Here it is, everything into a swamp, increasing the power of the deck of Cabal Coffers and Cabal Stronghold.
Cabal Stronghold only targets basic swamps.
No, it doesn't. All the swamps you control. It's the same thing. It's just it costs more. I assure you, for each basic swamp. Ooh, somebody got me. Cthulhu got me. It gets on my nerves even more now. Polluted Mire is great.
Well, they have to balance it somehow.
Field of the Dead. A pretty good card. I didn't think it would work, but then right before I started taking it out of the deck, I realized it started making zombies for me. I was like, I'd keep that in here. There's enough non-basic lands to make it work. Reliquary Tower, incredible with Necropotence. Tech Edge to get rid of those, lands that make giant merit lages. Rogue's Passage. Nykthos, Shrine of Nyx gets the devotion. Ebon Stronghold. This is the way you get your Liliana out early by sacrificing that. And you get points at the Tangled Web for that sometimes. High Market. Fabled Passage. This is a fetch land.
Not that great in a monocolored deck.
Cthulhu's opinion is it's not great, but it works great. I get to go get whatever the swamps that I need. And if I have Urborg out, then it taps for a swamp. There's no downside to this land. And then this is the land that I might take out if I take a land out. Crypt of Agadim. I rarely get to activate it because my deck is not heavy on creatures. What else? Reanimation. Now, I do get to reanimate my creatures because they're really good creatures. Every one that's in there is pretty good. And a way I get them in there early is Entomb. What would I entomb? Maybe Sheoldred. That would be sick, right? And how would I get it out? Turn 2. Reanimate. You can have Sheoldred on turn 2. Also, Animate Dead does that. Dread Return.
On a slightly later note.
Well, you see what happens is you got Lilianas and you're discarding your own cards. You discard this, you can sacrifice zombie tokens and flash it back and get whatever you need back out. Then we got Rise of the Dark Realms, which is basically Liliana Vess's bottom ability. It's just on a card. And the Grimoire of the Dead, it does that as well. If you can remove the charge counters from it. So,
pardon his mispronunciation of Grimoire of the Dead.
Pardon my pronunciation of Grimoire. Okay. What else do we have? We have some removal, of course. I played black. Lost Legacy is there.
For the Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Crater Hoof Behemoth.
I have lost to that card more than almost any card, and I put this in there for that. Fleshbag Marauder. He can you sack him to flip your Liliana and make them sacrifice something. You didn't lose anything. Vampire Hexmage gets other planeswalkers, and you can flip your Liliana by sacrificing that as well. Dark Salvation is an incredible card to make zombies and remove something nasty. You can steal their commander with this Enslave. I got the idea out of the Liliana dual deck. I'll usually hold this card in my hand. Notice it's not foil. One of the only non-foils. There's no foil printing with Liliana. I'll have stuff out. But, yep. I'll hold on to this till the right minute somebody attacks me with their commander or whatever. And bam, got them. Shriek Maul. Make some sack stuff. And I abuse that card quite a bit as well. Profane Command. All the commands are great, right? I have 2 non-foils here from the old days. Phyrexian Tribute lets me destroy an artifact if I sack 2 creatures. And Gate to Phyrexia is on.
Phyrexia.
Yeah, I'm having a good day, right?
Yep.
This is on the reserve list. It won't be printed anymore. So there's no foils of this out there. And there won't be.
You can make them yourself.
Bootleg. What else does the deck do? Sweepers. Not targeted removal. Toxic Deluge. It's just really expensive in foil. Not as expensive as Liliana the Veil, however.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was a nice Christmas present. Damnation. I've actually opened 2 of them in drafts. Living Death. People are
My least
terrified of this
favorite
card,
card
but they
this
know
draft.
what's going to happen. Mutilate. People almost forgot about this card. But it's perfect for my deck that's full of swamps. And then this card is a game winner by itself. Torment of Hailfire. This is almost like the Craterhoof Behemoth of the black decks. Some special tricks in the last 4 minutes of the video. We have Sorin Markov. Sorin can make their life... I've never done anything else with Sorin except for make somebody's life total become 10.
And it's +2. What if they don't kill him immediately?
Almost never do the +2. I just go ahead and do it. I've never used him as a commander for this deck either. 3 devotion symbols is great. Necropotence has 3 devotion symbols. This lets me draw my whole deck as much as I want. Pretty much. Liliana's Caress burns people when they discard cards, which Liliana is good at making them do. Waste Not gives me all kinds of advantage when people discard cards, including zombie tokens. And not foil, but...
Japanese, at least.
I've kept it in and out of this deck. Sometimes I don't use it. Sometimes I do. Let's see. New cards. Well, let's do these first. I've got Tutors. So Beseech the Queen, Diabolic Tutor, and Beacon of Unrest. These all get me things that I need one way or another. Beacon of Unrest. Let me see. I don't have Demonic Tutor in here with Liliana on it because that's in a different deck. Then the new cards. Start with the land, Witch's Cottage. I've actually not even played this yet.
He just got it today.
Just got it today. This was Cthulhu's suggestion to add, and it is perfect for this deck. You steal somebody's life total, basically, and then pay it into Necropotence to draw cards. This is one of the cards that may come back out. It's a good card. It brings that Planeswalker back if you ultimate it and stuff like that. But it's kind of on the probation list. Rotting Regisaur, that's probably the first one going to go. You know, he's okay. He's a big zombie dinosaur. Aid the Fallen. Love this card. Get the Planeswalker and the creature back out of the graveyard. Liliana's Triumph. I've got a pretty one here. A promo. I always control a Liliana Planeswalker when I play this, and it works good. Bolas Citadel is incredible. This is probably the newest All-Starist card for this deck. Newest All-Starist. Yep. I actually killed somebody with this the other day when they were trying to torment a Hellfire, and they were at 10 life because I Sorined them. And that was it. That's how you stop that card, by Bolas Citadel in them. Then, finally, Temple of the False God.
Good in any commander.
That shouldn't be in there, right? I also have Liliana's Contract, which means you got 4 demons, you win the game. Well, I do have those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Abhorrent Overlord is also a win con. If you enjoyed me showing you my Liliana Tribal deck, please be sure you leave a comment and say so. This is a very successful deck. I've won lots of games with it. I know it inside and out.
Feel free to copy it and...
Yeah, sure. Send me some suggestions. That'd be great.
Be sure to like and subscribe this video.
That's right. We are signing off now.